What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today is Monday, March 27th, 2023, and we have eight games going on in the NBA today. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. In our traditional video format, we'll kick things off with a quick recap over yesterday's plays. We'll dive into some injury news, and then we will dig into a couple of player props that I like that are already on the board. So if that sounds good to you, stick around, drop a like, a sub, and click the notification icon to be notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and my channel. And without further delay, let's jump into those plays from yesterday. 1-1 on the day yesterday. Nikola Vucevic gets kicked out of the game before the second quarter ends. His props get rebooted. His slips get refunded basically. So this one gets scratched off the list. It's unfortunate because that one was the one that I felt really strong about, probably the strongest of the three. But let's talk about the other two props where players did not get ejected. Dennis Smith Jr. goes over 12.5 points, ends the game with 14. And then DeMar DeRozan just didn't have it yesterday. Didn't really shoot a whole lot yesterday. I think he only took 13 shots, scored 17 points, dished out 10 assists, 6 boards. If you happen to take his PRA, his assist, basically anything other than his damn points, you were looking pretty good yesterday. We just happened to take his prop that he didn't hit, but I'm sure that people found some success with him and his assists yesterday as he ended the game with 10 assists. So super productive day for him, just not in the points category. So there you go, 1-1 on the day, and we look to bounce back. We look to go 2-0 with our two props for the day. Before we get into those, let's quickly update ourselves on some injury news in the NBA. We got some big names on this list right now. So currently probable, we got Kawhi, Giannis, DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder, Goran Dragic. The questionable tags are aplenty. We got Joel Embiid, James Harden, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, Jalen Brunson, Lauri Markkanen, Michael Porter Jr., Corey Joseph, Rodney McGruder, and Danuel House Jr. Out is Paul George and Chris Duarte. So the Philly news is the big news. If Joel Embiid and James Harden sit, this might not be a game at all, but I fully expect Joel Embiid to play this game. If anybody sits, I can see James Harden sitting, but hopefully they both play, and this Denver-Philly game is a very competitive, very good game, much like the game played back in Philly in January. So hopefully we get a nice contest between those two teams. So let's go ahead and dig into our two player props that are already on the board. And for our first player prop, I want to talk about a turnover prop for Kyrie Irving. 2.5 turnovers versus the Indiana Pacers. I like the more on this one. Let's head on over to props.cash and find out why. All right, for me, honestly, this boils down to opportunity. No Luka Doncic tonight. I'm assuming no Luka. He's not on the injury report, but he's not injured. He is facing a 1-game suspension for picking up his 16th technical foul, and I assume he doesn't play today. So without Luka in the lineup, this team revolves around Kyrie Irving. Now, with Luka in the lineup, Kyrie is averaging 2 turnovers over his last 5 and 10 games with the Mavericks. But let's go ahead and take Luka out of this lineup and see what this looks like. Gets bumped up to about 3 turnovers a game. 2.6 over his last 10, 2.8 over his last 5. Actually, let's filter that out to, there we go. So let's filter this back to all. We can see 2.8 over his last 10, 2.8 over his last 5 with the upside of 5 turnovers. And let me just go back to everybody in the lineup. So nothing really changes here, right? 2 turnovers over his last 10, roughly 2 turnovers over his last 5 as a Dallas Maverick. So just want to make sure that the information was accurate because I had the splits toggle to home. It should have been to all. No Luka in the lineup. You're looking for a higher usage for Kyrie Irving, handling the ball more. Anytime you have a player with a high usage rate, their chances to turn the ball over increase, or they don't increase. The chances for a turnover are already high. But when that role gets bigger, that's when you see the chances of turnovers increase. So that's the position that Kyrie Irving is in today. I like the over on his 2.5 turnovers. I think he's in a good spot to do it for us. Final prop of the video, we're going to head on over to the first half. And I want to target Nikola Jokic versus the Philadelphia 76ers. So another reason why I hope Embiid and Harden play, or Embiid plays, because I want this game to be competitive and I want Nikola Jokic to hit his prop, and I want him to have to score and be more aggressive tonight, and I can see him doing that if Embiid and or Harden are both in the lineup. So like the over, 23.5 PRA for Jokic. Let's talk about this a little bit more. So on the season, Nikola Jokic has a 50% hit rate, going over this 23.5 PRA line. Now, when we filter out the splits to home games, we all know how much better the Nuggets play at home. This goes from 50% to 70% at home. And that's super promising. That looks good. I think the one thing that the one stat I really like, or the most, I should say, the one stat I like the most is that he was able to do this, hit this line back on January 28th versus this same Philadelphia team, but in Philly. So he didn't need it to be a home game for him to hit this. But the fact that this is a home game today makes me like this a little bit more. 23.5 without Michael Porter Jr. in the lineup, because he's listed as questionable as possible. He doesn't play today. Without Porter in the lineup, I can definitely see just more of the scoring being put on the shoulders of Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. But we all know that this offense hums through Nikola Jokic. So without Michael Porter Jr. in the lineup, you're still looking at a 70% hit rate at home for Nikola Jokic. So all this looks good to me. All these facts point in the right direction of taking the over with Nikola Jokic and his PRA, first half PRA, I should say. So that is going to be our second prop on the board. So we got Nikola Jokic, 23.5 PRA. We like the over, and we have Kyrie Irving, 2.5 turnovers. We like the over on this one as well. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's early look video. I hope that we have more props, we have more information available to us as the day goes on, because honestly right now the PrizePicks board is looking a little shabby, I guess I could say, and kind of gross, to be honest with you. So hopefully that changes as the day moves on, but no matter what, we still got our 2 props that we like early on. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Drop a comment below. Let me know who you have your eyes on the PrizePicks board. Also, let me know what you think about these two early picks that we talked about in today's video. Do you like them, love them, hate them, or do you want to leave them alone? And as always, thank you so much for the continued support, the likes, the subs, and all the comments, and helping this channel just get a bit bigger every single day. And until this afternoon's final look video, our 6-pick flex video, we'll put together a 6-pick flex in the final look video. Best of luck, and Chavez is